Hey guys, I have an editorial for you on this Hump Day Wednesday. And people hate when I say that. It's Hump Day. Uh, but I have an editorial for you. It does deal with law enforcement officers. I searched and searched and searched to see what's going on with law enforcement officers from coast to coast. And the best that I could find was this right here, but it's still very interesting to look at. And I want to get your comments on this in the comment section below. I will put a link to this whole story in the description box below, and you can go down and read the whole story. I'm just going to give you the meat of it, just the huge portions. You can go read all of it in the link that's in the description box. Now, it talks about officers just quitting. Police officers that are just like, you know what, I'm done. America's changing, folks. You all have been protesting, and they're listening. And the cops that really don't care about the community as much are stepping down. Because if they cared, they wouldn't be quitting. They would be like, you know what, we're going to stand here. We're going to do our job. We're going to make America safe. We are here to serve and protect our communities. No, they're stepping down, so they're basically quitting. They're basically throwing their hands up. Give you an example of not quitting. I got an email today that I'm no longer monetized. I think it's because of the news clips and so forth I've been putting. But they don't monetize half my videos anyway because I talk about police violence. But I'm not quitting. I'm marching forward. I'm going to push my way through this. They're going to have to tackle me, baby. I'm not stopping. So we're heading to the end zone, and that end zone is miles and miles and miles and miles away. So let's get to this and see why cops are quitting, or see how many are quitting, or see where they're quitting. Thank you, CNN, for this Hump Day story. Since George Floyd's death 3 weeks ago, the role of America's criminal justice system has been catapulted to the forefront of national conversation, with thousands calling for sweeping changes within the country's policing system. Protesters have called on their community leaders to hold officers accountable and defund police departments, in hopes those funds could be redirected toward other programs. In Minneapolis, at least 7 police officers resigned from the department since protests sparked by Floyd's death in late May flooded the city streets. More than half a dozen officers are also in the process of leaving, a city spokesperson told CNN. The number of officers who are no longer with the department does not include the 4 men who were involved in Floyd's death and were fired, according to Casper Hill, the city's spokesman. A letter signed by 14 Minneapolis police officers was quoted as reading, "Derek Chauvin failed as a human and stripped George Floyd of his dignity and life. This is not who we are. We're not the union or the administration," the letter says. In Atlanta became the epicenter of protests this week after a black man was shot in the back and killed Friday night. Following Rayshard Brooks' killing, Atlanta's police chief stepped down, and the officer who killed the 27-year-old father, Rayshard Brooks, was fired. A second officer was placed on administrative duty. Atlanta police said in a statement 8 officers have resigned from the department this month. The person that shot Rayshard Brooks was fired. Now, remember when I did the editorial, they said it was being ruled as a homicide. And now that officer has been fired. Do you think they're going to bring charges now because he's a civilian, or are they going to be like, he's gone, man, we fired him. Bye-bye. Because, fired cops still can get hired somewhere else. Oh, they don't care that they were fired. Why were you fired? Why? Oh, you shot a guy running away with your taser? Yeah, we'll hire you. You're the kind of cop we want. Departments do that all the time. How many editorials have we done where a cop beat somebody with a nightstick, he was terminated, and then he ends up in the 2 counties over? I mean, come on. So he was fired, but it doesn't say yet that he was charged. Down in South Florida, 10 officers resigned from their city's SWAT unit over concerns about safety, saying they feel restrained by the politicization of our tactics, according to documents obtained by CNN. The officers sent a letter to Hallandale Beach Police Chief Sonia Quinones, saying they were minimally equipped, undertrained, and oftentimes restrained by the politicization of our tactics, to the extent of placing the safety of dogs over the safety of the team members. Politicization. politicization. Say that 3 times. They also said they were displeased after the command staff took a knee with activists and others during a demonstration on Monday, according to the letter. They were displeased because their command staff took a knee with activists and demonstrators. Displeased. They weren't like, that's right, we're trying to build a bridge with the community. We're going to take a knee with you. We hear what you're saying. No, it's more like, look at them. You bunch of freaking traitors. You Benedict Arnolds. That's what they were saying, really. Because when they say they're displeased because command staff took a knee with activists, oh, they're siding with the enemy. You tell me the thin blue line isn't shoulder to shoulder, man to man. They shouldn't have been displeased. They should have been like, look at that. They're reaching out to the community. We're trying to build a bridge. What's wrong with this? This weren't looters and rioters and building burn. These were activists and demonstrators that they took a knee with. Their signs held up, yelling, no justice, no peace. They said, we hear what you're saying. We're going to take a knee with you. We're going to try to make this better. Will they? I don't know. At least 10 SWAT guys are out. Moving north to Buffalo, New York, nearly 60 officers resigned from the force's emergency response team over the suspension of 2 police officers who were caught in a video pushing an elderly protester to the ground. Buffalo Police Benevolent Association President John Evans previously told CNN affiliate WGRZ 57 resigned in disgust of the treatment of 2 of their members who were simply executing orders. The 2 officers captured on video were charged with assault and pleaded not guilty. The 75-year-old protester was seen falling into the ground and bleeding from his head. The 57 officers that turned in their resignation did not quit from the force, but made up the entire active emergency response team of the department, the Buffalo mayor's office told CNN. So they didn't quit from the police department. They quit the emergency response team. You see how 57 guys just quit. Now we're in trouble. No, they quit the emergency response team. They're still Buffalo police officers. A few members of the unit are out currently or are not included in the 57 that resigned, according to the mayor's office. But they said they turned in their resignation, did not quit from the force, just the emergency response team of the department. That's what the Buffalo mayor told CNN. So did they quit the police department, or did they just quit the response team and say, we're just going to be patrol cops now? I don't know, guys. What is this political spin? Huh? Some of you guys in New York, let us know what's going on. That's the end of this editorial. So there you go. Cops quitting, but 57... kind of fishy. I want to know what you guys think in Buffalo, New York up there. Thank you. Community Leo Watch, watching Leos. That's law enforcement officers from coast to coast. And as you've seen in at least a few cities, they're quitting. They're done. They're throwing their hands up. We've seen other videos where officers have just quit. One officer, remember, he quit on video, said, I quit. I'm done. I can't do this anymore. They're saying that their hands are tied. Well, what about the people that you're killing? You think their hands aren't tied? You're killing them. You're cops. You're supposed to protect and serve. And people are siding with the cop that killed Rayshard Brooks. Well, he took a cop's taser. He turned and shot the taser at the cops. And there was 2 cops. He was running away. He had a taser. That's a non-lethal weapon. So he turned and fired it. That's it. It's done. But I don't know how I do not justify nor condone Rayshard Brooks fighting with the police, punching the officer, taking his taser. All of that was wrong. DUI, wrong. But to shoot the man in the back running away because he's got your taser, your stun gun, that was homicide. Lethal force was not needed in that instance. Could have called more cops to come in. Take the man alive. Why should we take him alive and have some cop get hurt or some cop get tased? Huh? They tase people all the time. People don't die from it. Not all the time. You think these cops are they're pretty healthy, right? They should be. They're cops. You think, what, they got health issues and heart problems, and why are they cops then? Let me know what you guys think in the comment section below. Community Leo Watch on this hump day.